What is happening, guys? Cowboy here, and we are back, ready to continue. So, over at Irithyll Dungeon, first thing I want to point out is this door which is locked. That's a shortcut we'll be grabbing much later, so don't worry about that. And before we actually go into this area, I want to discuss an enemy type that we're going to encounter. Now, there's going to be jailers, and the jailers, they have a brand, and more importantly, when they look at you and they raise their lantern, your health will disappear. And I don't mean like the red, I mean the actual bar size itself will decrease, and on top of that, your encumbrance will increase, so you'll start fat rolling. So do keep that in mind. These enemies can be quite tricky. One way to deal with them is to try and pull them over with a bow or crossbow and then take them out one at a time. But it is something worth mentioning because they are a little bit difficult for the first time encountering them. But anyway, we're going to go in this first cell over here and get a rusted coin. Don't mind the screechy. He's just going to wake up some other guys that will kill. The second cell, right here, should have a large Titanite back in there. Got that. And then we're going to head on out. Now, there's a couple other doors that are locked. This one we can't get into right now. We'll need a different key for that. And you're going to find various locked doors throughout this place that we either can't open or doors that we can open, but they have enemies that literally the only thing that'll happen opening the door is releasing an enemy. So that's a jailer. Obviously, I didn't make it look too difficult. We have a fading soul right here. Obvious ambush. Right. Now we're going to head on down. Large Titanite down there. Kill this jailer. This is kind of what I'm talking about. You can, well, this one's unlocked, so we'll kill these guys fast. Right here, you'll see a guy just banging his head against the door. And opening this doesn't really do anything, except letting out that enemy and giving us one more thing that we have to take on. So there's another jailer down there. We can ignore that one for now. We'll come back to take care of them in a moment. So let's head down here, get a large Titanite. Now this is another little shortcut. We're going to be opening that in a little bit. From here, I'm going to go down. Yeah, we'll roll off first. And there is a ambush with this guy, so drop down and hit him. Grab the large soul, the nameless. We're going to go all the way down the hall to get the old sorcerer gear. Guy's chained up, no reason to let him out. Kill this one. There's our gear that we want. Nope, it looks like he is going to give me a forceful hug right now. It's very nice of him. That hug was everything I wanted. Hit our old sorcerer gear. Right. And now we're going to head on over this way and make our way back up top. So there's going to be another jailer we're going to encounter. Run up past the jailer. I get a lock on. There we go. Plunging attack, and then we have some of these guys. Now over here, you can see another door that's locked. We're going to get the key for that quite a bit later, so just remember that room for now. Here, head on up. Cross the bridge for a jailer and a large Titanite. Since that guy's fallen down, we're not going to worry about him anymore. He won't be coming back. Kind of see my health bar slowly disappearing. If it gets too low, you can simply retreat back and it will return over time. Our large Titanite. Alright. Now we have this room. The hole in the wall. Grab the pale pine resin. Where is our baby dog at? Pale pine resin. Got that. Should see a weird baby dog thing. Here it is. Now this one is not hostile, which is odd. The rest of them are hostile. I don't know why this guy isn't, but we're going to leave him alive. If it's not hostile, you don't hit it. Should be a false wall, but it's not. Anyway, open that gate up. And then after the gate, we will get this door first. I'm gonna go straight here. This is the Jailbreaker's key. Now this key opens that window. The one that's down at the end of that path. We're going to show you where that area is before we proceed over there. Key round corner for the 3 jailers. Yes, okay. So we have 3 jailers here. One right below us. Now that brand that they have, that can actually stun lock you in place. So do be a little cautious about it. Really crappy way to die. So we call them jailers, because they drop jail. Now here we have another weird baby dog thing, but this one is hostile. Take it on out. Grab the simple gem. Kill this. There should be a crystal lizard. These paths. Lizard down path, and another baby dog. Okay, so this is a shortcut that we're going to grab later as well. The crystal lizard should have been right down this way. I don't see. Might have already despawned, but it's usually right here. And, part of it is that while you're running, you get ambushed by this guy. So when we rest and reload at a bonfire, that crystal lizard should show back up. Following that, we would come out here. One more bone. And right up there, that ledge, that's where we're actually going to drop back through. So just going to bone back to the bonfire. Now from here, we're going to take that window shortcut because we can grab the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring. Get that. It's resting to restore durability on the weapon. And for here, we can just run past everything now. You know, we've already killed all the enemies. This one wants to be a pain. Never mind. You can see the health rapidly draining down to basically nothing. Now you can't actually die from that drain effect, but it can get low enough to where you can die in a single swing, so do keep that in mind. Drop down, get our Bellowing Dragon Crest ring. Waiting for our health to come back on up. Drop down to here, there's an enemy. Now we're gonna run back real fast and see if that crystal lizard is there. Loading screen, he should have shown back up, and yes, it looks like he is. Come here, little guy. No crystal lizards will escape me. Now we're gonna head on down. Got 2 more enemies to kill. One with a bow. One with the big butcher knife. through here, we have a Mimic. Now, one thing that was pointed out to me on the stream the other day, this is actually a trick from the original Dark Souls, but you can use the Undead Hunter charms on Mimics to basically cause them to become useless. So watch. We'll hit the Mimic, back up, let it get up, Undead Hunter charm. And you can see they will fall into a passive state, vomit up the loot, and take a little nap. Despite that, we're still going to kill it because at the end of the day, a Mimic's a Mimic. But if you are having lots of trouble with Mimics, it is something to keep in mind. Now, from here, we have 8 different guys that we're going to take on. Being the badass that we are, we're just going to take them all out. We will grab the Soul of a Weary Warrior. Now there's a couple different ways you can drop down here. We're not going to use that one, but one over here instead. Now when we go down below, we're going to show you this real fast with this ladder. And we're going to mainly open a gate just so we can use this as an escape path in just a moment. But when you go out here, we're going to encounter another one of the giants. You can see him right there. But there's some loot he's under and also a crystal lizard. So to get to that, what we're going to do is head on up. We picked up the... Oh, man. There's a soul down here. I think I picked it up. Yeah, I did. Now there's going to be a crestfallen soul we can grab as well as the lizard. This drop in particular is great because it allows you to completely avoid the giant. Now the giant is going to get woken up here because we want that lizard. As soon as he wakes up, grab the chunk and the soul of the crestfallen and run. Run through the gate. Ooh, man. He is not happy about being woken up. Alright, now we're going to go back and take that ladder. Because going from that path, basically you have to wake up the giant to get past him. You don't have a choice. Whereas the drop down that we took before, you can actually go that way without waking up the giant at all. So I think he might just be permanently awake now. If he still is, we can rest at a bonfire. Maybe. No, looks like he's laying back down and sleeping. Let's try. No, he is not. Oh, yeah, is he? He is. He is not asleep. Oh no, and I'm going to miss the fall and die. Womp, 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 womp. So there's a ladder right there where we fell. If the giant's awake, trying to use the ladder is pointless. But with that being said, since we did die, he will stay asleep now when we return. So we will return, go through that same drop. Following that drop, we'll simply walk on by, and that'll be it. Run past these enemies again when we have a shortcut coming up in just a little bit here. It's so nice of these jailers to borrow all of my health. I'm just glad to know I can be helpful donating all this blood, you know. So, we're going to run past these two goofs. Past where the Mimic was. There's our souls. We'll drop on down. You can see now Giant Man is nice and asleep. So there's an area down below you can see. Now you can roll down there now and take out the Giant. That being said, there's a different area that's going to give us access to that, and we're going to wait for that because waiting till we get to the other area will allow us to pick up the key that we need for a bunch of the doors that are locked. rats. So many rats. Stop it. Okay. So we got the pickaxe. We've killed the rats. We got a Soul of a Warrior. We're going to be going that way momentarily. First, we'll grab this. And we have the old cell key here to the right. And then a mimic right there. So you can see there's a bunch of these guys showing up as well. We're going to go take them out now before they have even a remote chance to cause trouble. Stop that. I'm not getting cursed today. You stop it. Bad basilisk. Alright, let's go give our mimic friend some love. And we now have the Dark Clutch Ring. Alright, so we're going to go through here. There's going to be 2 giant rats. Take out the giant rats, and then we go left for a large Titanite, the Dragon Torso Stone, and the elevator. I'm trying to line them on up so I can kill them at the same time. Close enough. Doo-doo pile. Get the large Titanite. Should be hell. But we're going to go this way for now, and we'll worry about this room in a moment. Now here's the Dragon Torso Stone, and I want to point out this area because it's very significant. As you can see, the dragon is doing a certain pose, and that's actually a gesture we're going to grab later. And when we get that gesture, we can come back here, perform it, and we will be taken away over to there to Archdragon Peaks. So keep that in mind. This is the shortcut we're going to unlock, so just make a mental note of where this shortcut is for when we return to this area later. We are. So, just to pull the whole thing together, that is where we came in, up near that jailer. There's that first bridge. So you'll cross that bridge, run over, drop down, and then here is the shortcut. So going back down, we're going to actually roll off this elevator and get Lightning Blade. Yeah. So let's heal on up. Some of the old stuff in my guide here. Okay, now at this point, we are going to put on a crossbow. Now this room is filled with jailers. We're talking like 8 jailers. So what you're going to want to do is pull them. Now, if you think you are the ultimate badass, feel free to run on in there and take them all on. But between the health decreasing and the encumbrance increasing, I would not recommend it. Much easier to give them one pop and then wait for them to come on over. Needs a little extra motivation. Come on, you know I'm over here. Come and get it. This one just does not want to come. Let's try and get one of her friends. Well, the other ones don't really seem all that interested in coming. That's fine. I've taken out enough now that we can run up and I'm a bit more comfortable. You can see they do this circular patrol around the room. That takes out the jailers. So from here, our first room over here this way, going to be a couple of those weird baby dog things from before, in addition to a profane coil, which we're going to want to pick up. Be ready for them. This one's taking a nap. Bad baby dog. Is this one passive? Oh, you are passive. How cute. Nope, never mind, you're not. Oh, no! And there was one baby dog asleep on the wall that I missed. Pale pine resin, profane coal. We're gonna stay to the left here. We got a mimic. And for our Titanite scale. Now back into the main room. We're going to go across and get the Alva set. For first. Pick up that ember. Now, over here, we don't have the key for this room yet, but back in there you can see that NPC. That's actually Carla. Carla sells hexes, and in addition, it's the NPC that you give the pyromancy books to that the regular pyromancer won't accept. So let's see. Okay, we want to do this one for the Xanthus Ashes and Dust Crown Ring. No enemies in here. Perfect. That cage over there has an enemy in it, and that's it. Really no reason to open it. As you can see, he's just sitting back there all angry and not happy that he's inside. So, after that, we can head on out here and make our way into the Profane Capital. Over here, grab this large soul of the weary. Right over there you can see something on the wall. It's actually a gargoyle. That gargoyle will fly down at us once we get onto this bridge, so I would suggest running across the bridge first. There's a bonfire. As soon as you get past, if you come over here, the gargoyle should wander on over and we can get an easy kill on him before we get that bonfire. I mean, I knew it was going to be an easy kill, but Jesus. I love how I've been using this sword for so long and still it just astounds me at how powerful Fugs is. Anyway, drop on down. There's our ladder. Head on up. Yourself an undead bone shard and light that bonfire. So at this point, head on back, use that bone shard. Feel free to spend some souls, and then we will resume from the profane capital in the next part.